Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Before we get into this early Saturday morning update and the analysis, I'd like to go over a quick brief of what I think is important this morning. XRP right now is fighting to get over 57 cents. It's pretty interesting what's happened here in the last 24 hours. Did this stop us from having to drop all the way to 49 cents? What happened last night? We came down. We not only hit one, we hit a second time, and then last night we came through all the way to about 54.5 cents. So if you were paying attention from 58 cents about the drop, there was speculation that we could go all the way to 49.7. Whoops. What is going on here with TradingView? They added something here now that's going to make it even interesting. But we came all the way through. We consolidated. Then we broke back into the short-term consolidatory range. And now we're on the top side of it. So are we going to try to retest 57.8? Can we get hot here? Or is this just a bigger head and shoulders that's now formed? And it's going to have a bigger drop this weekend. It's a very dangerous looking setup right here. We need to get back over key levels to invalidate this drop. 57.8 would be a great spot to start. And then it's going to take a little bit more work here as well. If we get over that 57.8, let's say this does start to put in what looks like a W reversal possibly right here. Maybe we had a support structure here, came all the way around, hit 54.6. We've got the first hit right here at 55.3 on the smaller hit. Another one at 54.5. We haven't invalidated the death cross or anything right now. And in fact, in the 4 hourly, if we get rejected here, it's going to be a big drop this weekend. I hope... There's going to be a lot of people that are probably vacationing this week and probably aren't going to be paying attention to the market. So for their sake, and for anybody who wants an upward rally, we need to break the 200-day here immediately at 57.5. Better yet, let's just get back above 58 cents and then start pushing that 62.28. The one piece of news that was good yesterday that we got is that when we came back below the 2018 resistance support line, even though we flushed down to 54.5, almost immediately in the next hour or two, we were back above. And in the next 4 hourly, we had an engulfing candle. Now, volume is something that was to be desired up until this candle. We had volume here, crashing. Now you're looking for a breakdown or breakout of volume to see if we can have continuation. Fortunately, we had a breakout in volume on this 4-hour candle. So now, this is the question. Do we continue now off of this move? And do we keep railing to 57.8 and beyond? Or is this where we get into this early morning trading hour and now we start to reverse back down? 30-minute, we've done nothing so far. We've still got rejected initially by the 200-day. So until we pass that, that's the short-term area for pattern flip. You get over the 30-minute 200-day and start pushing bullish. You can flip the short-term narrative. And on a thinly traded weekend, and since it's Labor Day on Monday, this could be a very interesting couple of days. So instead of the market opening, the futures market on Sunday evening, it's not going to open till Monday evening now because there won't be any trading in the stock market on Monday because it's Labor Day. So there's an extended break here now. Whether we think it's going to go up or down, it's interesting because of the 4-day weekend. Now we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's almost 4 days. It'll be 4 days from the time the market shut down on Friday night until it opens back up, Monday night. So it's going to be an extra area here, especially this weekend. There's going to be a lot with the markets. Now, here's the problem. It's Labor Day weekend, right? How often do we hear escalation of war when we get to these times? So if anything comes out negative with war, it's probably going to dump the market. They've done this a couple times over the past month. And then it quickly gets bought and back up. But I really do see a path here for Bitcoin if we don't get hot here. Because it's still playing off of that bear flag. Yes, I understand that it came up from 58,000 or 57.7 back up right now. And it retested this 59.6 area roughly. 59.4. But until that breaks out, this is still just confirming the retest bearishness of the death cross. You need to break back above this. Otherwise, we're still coming down to... Nothing changed from yesterday. That's what sucks. 53,979 or up to 67,720. the response we've had back, there's not a lot of, look at the 4 hourly. I would like to see more volume. Volume predicts price. That volume right now is predicting nothing because it's predicting a further decline on a head and shoulders pattern. If I'm being honest with everybody, which I always am, you know, you come around and you do this. If this breaks down more, you should find yourself either here. You could find yourself here. If that broke down, you could find yourself all the way back down at 42, which I think is probably the floor is the 2024 opening price of 42K where we were roughly at in the start of the year. Could we come back down to the yearly low? Yes, absolutely. That's what we talked about yesterday. But it's more likely that we would get saved by either 50. I think 53,979 would be such a spectacular spot if we could just dump off this Labor Day weekend. And I know, Tom, why do you got to call for this bearish drop? Because if we get this bearish drop and it holds, that should help us springboard up to 67,720. Yeah, now if we break through there, obviously 48,000 is the ultimate area. And the reason why I say that is because we never actually hit it. We had a drop down to 48,400 where we thought we should hit. We came down to 48,957. Oftentimes, because we didn't hit that exact area, does that mean that it needs to come back? Absolutely not. But sometimes it's just a starting point, and then you'll come back and you'll retest the structure you came back above. So we use this as the ultimate support, and the downtrend right now is around 51,400 since we didn't have to come through 48. We had a wick through here, bounce back up, and now it would make sense to retest that 53,979. Would I mind if it just went straight up? Absolutely not. It's better for my content after all. Nobody likes when bearish Tom comes out. Some people appreciate it, might tune in a little bit more because they realize that's the most important times. Like yesterday, we were bearish when it was at 50. Where was it at? When we go back to XRP, we were bearish when it fell out of the formation. We were bearish when it got rejected up here at 57.5. So if you would have just waited, it came down to 54.5. Now, who knows? It's anybody's guess. It's impossible. We can make predictions based off what we're seeing. But once these small targets fill out, there's no guarantee. Like this little target, it filled out right to the bottom. And then it just came back up. We do have bigger technical drops, and we'll get through the intro here. But I wanted to do a bunch of information here this morning, and then I'll do the intro and timestamp it, because I had a lot to say. 56, wait, see? 57 cents. We're technically up to a rejection area. If we get over this 57 cents, we could get hot this weekend. And like I said before, if we bounce off of 53 and don't have to go to 49.7, and we have now on a triple bottom, it looks like, if it holds, we could get very hot very quickly and wind up at 62.2 before you even realize it. And then you'd also be right in the area of that retest around 63.3. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. If you're looking to get the content just a tiny bit earlier, YouTube does their they do their check for copyright and make sure that I'm allowed to post the content. It takes anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes on the length of videos I do, and then it is released to the public. They started a beta testing that I was invited to yesterday because I have paid subscribers and I reached the threshold of the minimum paid subscribers to help them in beta. Now, anybody who's a paid subscriber, I have the option now to where I can let them see the update in private for the 30 minutes or 20 minutes it takes for them to do the check for the copyright and all that, which I have to do it either way, so you don't get the content either way until they finish the copyright check and make it public. There's nothing I can do about that if I have ads on, and I need ads on to promote my content. But if you are in Tom's Army, you can see the content 1/2 an hour early, ad-free, because it has to be shown without ads during that half hour. So it's a way for Tom's Army to not only get the content while they're doing the check a little bit earlier, but also to get it without ads. The moment it becomes public to the general public, ads will be on, because that's what happens when the video releases publicly, so that I can be advertised by YouTube. So if you want to see the content a little bit earlier, you want a little more incentive to join Tom's Army other than a pay it forward, other than the emoji badges or the emotes I give, that would be a great way to pay it forward, and it would be a great reason to join Tom's Army. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. I would greatly appreciate it. You hit that like button, YouTube recommends my channel, and we become recommended. Whether or not you've ever seen the content is irrelevant, because you can make an educated and informed decision whether or not you want to see future content. And then this is the other part of it. XRP whales stunned market with 2 unpredictable transfers, and they were all back to the exchange. both of them. So it's interesting. So make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 8:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Saturday, August 31st, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. The one thing that makes me nervous is we have our escrow dump tomorrow. 1 billion are released from Ripple every single month of XRP. It inflates the circulating supply just a tiny bit, usually by about 20%, as Ripple buys about 80% back on average. So basically they sell it, the price depreciates, they buy it cheaper and relock it back in. So they make a profit and then they just rebuy it back. So basically we're funding the whole ecosystem of XRP as retail holders. But if your belief in a project or an asset, you're supposed to fund the project until the time's ready to take off. That's how they get the funding. You can consider yourself, a sneaky insider investor in this moment. Even though it feels like you're losing money, sometimes if you trade in the proper ability or the proper formations and the proper levels, you'll make a bunch of money. I promise you. I have, my community has, and we've been able to transfer it into precious metals as well, and we're doing absolutely killer right now. Before we get going here any farther, because I know I did a good 10 minutes of information before I even did the intro, I want to thank 3 new members of Tom's Army who joined yesterday. It was unbelievable. Joseph Hasley, welcome to Tom's Army in your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And that is my face superimposed on that badge, I kid you not. Jason Dads, thank you for joining Tom's Army in your first month. And DJ RC, thank you to all 3 of you for joining Tom's Army yesterday and getting the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. You 3 that have joined, that was the biggest single day of Tom's Army members joining when I didn't do a live in over 7 months. That was our biggest growth of Tom's Army in a single day in over 7 months, and I didn't even do a live. So, who knows what the volumes there are, but I didn't have time to do a live yesterday, and you know what? It worked out exactly like it was supposed to. Exactly like it was supposed to. So, with that being said, we've talked a lot of information about XRP, a lot about the levels. Now, let's talk about the whales, and then we'll look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We'll talk a little bit more about the market, and then I'll let you guys watch the update. Like I said, I came in hot. We did 10 minutes of an update before I even did the intro. XRP whale stunned market with 2 unpredictable transfers. So XRP has stunned the community and the broader crypto market with activities on its ecosystem within the past 24 hours. According to data shared, hey Ghost, I got your food, buddy. Here, come here. According to data shared by Analytics Tracker Whale Alert, 2 notable whale transactions have seen the movement of huge amounts of XRP valued over 30 million from unknown wallets to Bitstamp and Bitso. Ghost, want food? There you go, kitty. I got you ocean whitefish this morning and tuna. Yeah, and a little bit of gravy so you can get a little bit of fluid. Good job. All right, large XRP transfers shake market sentiment. Details of the transactions reveal that the first whale moved 26.74 million XRP, equivalent to $15,120,498, from an unnamed wallet addressed to Bitstamp. About 4 hours later, a similar transaction was initiated from an unknown wallet, this time to Bitso. The Bitso transaction involved 27,600,000 XRP, worth $15,504,258. While these transactions emanated from the same wallet address and appear similar in terms of value transferred, it remains unclear if the whales were solidifying their positions on exchanges. Hello? Come on now, let's not mislead our viewers and readers. No, they put the money from their wallet to the exchange, and the fact that they put it on 2 separate exchanges means that they were fearing that the price would drop too fast on said exchange. So they put over, those large amounts of XRP on the 2 different exchanges, not because they want to increase their holdings, let's be honest. You wouldn't even put your holdings on the exchange. You would just buy more and send it over to the cold wallet. Let's not be idiots here. They're looking for a chance to get out of their XRP and then they'll buy it back on depreciation. That's the only reason to upload it to the wallet. The only reason to upload it from your cold wallet to an exchange is if you're looking to appreciate your profits, or if you're looking to sell and get your money back in cash. There's no other reason to send it to the exchange. Fight me on it. However, market reality shows that XRP has stayed below the 57-cent support level due to bearish sentiment in light of this. The whales might have plans that could include a buyback when the assets dip further. That's more like it. Despite being the 7th most capitalized asset in the crypto space, the XRP asset has yet to enjoy remarkable price performance on the market. The asset's price has remained largely stagnant, and if not for a huge community, may have long crashed out of the top 10 cryptos. Don't disagree with that. Speculation around whale activity and market impact. Whale actions such as the one currently reported have characterized XRP with almost all of them shrouded in mystery as to the intent of the movers. A recently reported by You Today at the beginning of this week, and I talked about this, a whale moved a whopping 99,225,284 XRP worth 61,644,558 from an unidentified wallet to an unknown new wallet. While market watchers continue to speculate about motives, the market has reacted negatively as XRP has dropped by 2.26% to 56.2. It's rebounded a little bit to 56.8, but it's still under that tight resistance at 57. It's incredible. However, 57.8 pivot level, and then 56.6, we're having all kinds of problems trying to retake. However, some XRP have decided to stay bullish based on the tightening of the Bollinger Bands. On the coin's price chart, this phenomenon usually occurs before major price movements, hence their optimism. Yes, but also remember, when the Bollinger Bands tighten like that, we often have a big drop for liquidity, and then it ends up taking out all of the longs, or most of the longs, and then we have the most unprecedented rebound that you could imagine. Right now, crypto's in fear at 29, which I like. I'd like to see it in the low teens. And I only say that because according to this RSI, that's a bear flag. Or according to this Crypto Fear and Greed Index price action, it's or the action of the index, that looks like a bear flag that should bring us down into the low teens. And if that's the case, we could get into extreme fear. And if we get into extreme fear, oh baby. So I'm looking for a calamity here. I'm looking for a calamity of sorts. Right now, XRP, the biggest problem is, yes, we're over that 56.6. Let's go look at that very quickly, as that's a very important level here. Ghost, I'm glad you're eating, kitty. 57 cents. See, yesterday was 56.6. We've come up the uptrend. Now it's all the way up to 57.07, and we're getting a small rejection already this morning. We need to not get rejected here, because if we fall all the way back to 53. What is it in today's terms? If we fall all the way back to that 2018 resistance support area, that's down at 55.2. We have created ourselves a layer of support here this morning, however. So 56.2 cents underneath is a support structure that we're back on top of. And we can actually, evolve this pattern. I'm being honest with everybody. We can evolve this. We have a support. We have a support. So, is that what we were looking at now that we have the evidence in front of us? So, if so, did we break out of this? We'll only find out. This is interesting. If we can hold right here, which we've already held once, but as long as we don't come back below there, this could be a back test. If we hold 56.3, we have a targeted move. And this is interesting because now we're on the top side. Yesterday we were bearish. Today I'm not saying we flip bullish by any means. What I am saying, though, is it's giving us optimism. It's giving us optimism for the fact that we're back testing this instead of on the bullish side. So if this can hang on here, we could come all the way back up here to 59.4 cents on a thinly traded weekend. We do have a few resistance over the top. That 57.8 is very hard to get over. But like I always say, to start the morning, we have to see how it's going to go, because usually around 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you could actually say about 9 and 6. We're within the margin of error right now. We usually get, if we've had upward momentum overnight, we'll get downward consolidation very quickly to start the day. I'm not very comfortable where we're at, but I am happy that XRP is at least back testing an area. But the problem is, look at the resistance here. This is a much larger formation. And if you're just looking at it honestly, I mean, this could just be coming for the back test. You're either back testing 57 cents, getting rejected and coming down near 49.7 if it plays true, or we're short-term pattern flipping back up right now to push that 62.28. And it could be this short-term consolidation. We got back on top of it. And now if we hold 56.3, that could be how we push up towards that 62.2. We have a short-term technical target if we were to break up at 59.4. But we have a longer-term technical target in the same spot that is suggesting resistance on a much larger pattern. And it almost looks like we're being trapped on a breakout on a smaller target because we're not over 57.07. So until we're over that, and this is going to change this number a little bit now. If we get rejected here, it's not much of a difference. But now instead of 49.7, you're right around 50 cents. I mean, that's right at 50 cents. So we'll continue to monitor this as we go along. I want to release this update. It's already almost 20. It's a 21-minute update. I've taken much too long. So please make sure to hit that like button. If you're looking to trade XRP, video description below and pinned comments. You've got BITUNIX, which is my A1, lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. You don't need KYC or VPN. They've got a little bit of a thing this weekend. You know, you can get a little bit of free money if you sign up and deposit money, and then if you trade enough, you can be entered for a free PlayStation, all this other stuff. They're doing it for Labor Day. And then if you want to copy trade me, video description below and our pinned comments. We've got, I think, 25 people copy trading us. I haven't made a copy trade in like 4 or 5 days as I got really busy and I'm conservative. So, but we started with $100. We're up 235%. So we have about $335 right now. It's been a remarkable ride that we've been on. And you can join the exchange in the video description below and our pinned comments. Sign up to HOTCOIN, no VPN or KYC. They have a huge event going on until the 8th. And then if you deposit, all you have to do is go into the search on CopyTrade and type in XRP Future MIL, and you can copy trade me. If you want to get the content a half an hour early while YouTube's doing their copyright checks and all that garbage, join Tom's Army. If you are a member, watch, because you do have this a half hour early now on these updates. So as it's processing, the minute it uploads, right when they start processing, it'll be available to members of Tom's Army for 1/2 hour approximately, or however long it takes. It's usually about 30 minutes, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less. And it'll be ad-free for members of Tom's Army. It'll automatically flip to ads when it gets released to the general public. And that's so that I can be advertised by YouTube and have my content pushed along. So have a great, great Labor Day weekend, everybody in the U.S. Don't be too crazy. And don't forget to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Stay humble and stay together.